And what it do, YouTube? You know it's still live, and we back with another one, man. And we're gonna get right off into one of the greatest rivalries I think the league has ever seen between Gary Payton and Michael Jordan, man. We're gonna get right off into this, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let's do it.
Payton and Jordan face to face.
No problem with the glove.
Payton underneath, stripped away by Payton. The cheers of the crowd here at the Key Arena.
Gary Payton. Payton is involved in yesterday's trade. Will not play.
People really believe that this young man has leadership qualities. There is Gary Payton.
Payton, slate one. We got to run it back.
He said we gotta run it back.
Gary Payton.
Who is Gary Payton? Well, a kid from Oakland, California, who God gave me a talent.
I know a lot about Gary Payton, like a little bit, not a lot, but we're gonna find out some shit together here today because this is a player that I know less about than some of my other videos I've done.
And I used it. Now, I guess I'm somebody because I'm right here talking to you guys. So that's Gary Payton.
Do you have any expectations on the clips that we're going to show you?
Absolutely not. I don't even watch myself. Never. Whatever y'all show, hey, I'm happy with it. Let me see what's going on.
He said I don't even watch.
Oh, they got me in college. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, good pass by Payton. I was pretty good, huh, you guys? Man, uh-oh.
He said good pass by Payton is crazy.
I like it. My dad. I had a pretty good college career. I let my mom pick my school. To watch highlights from college is it's kind of cool. To me, college was the funnest years of my life. I stayed in college for 4 years. My dad made me do that, and I respect him a lot for that because he made me become a man. When you're coming from a place like Oakland, California, trying to escape the streets, and then for me to come to a college and get a scholarship, knowing that my parents couldn't pay for it, is one of the things. So it's a treat for me to be there every day, you know, becoming an All-American and Player of the Year in my senior year and stuff like that. It was a big thing for me. Well, that's where it all started, guys. Sports Illustrated was the big deal in our era. Now, during that time, 89, 90, and then all of a sudden they want to come to my school at Oregon State in Corvallis, a little small town, and say, hey, we want to put you on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
What a crazy, man. That would be insane to be just a kid, not a kid, but college athlete and Sports Illustrated back in the 70s and the 80s come to you, man, and be like, hey, or the 80s and the 90s and be like, hey, we want to put you on Sports Illustrated.
You be the College Player of the Year. To be on the cover of Sports Illustrated, to do it as a young guy and a young man at the age of 20 is amazing for me.
I said 19. He was 20.
With hundreds of job skills, you can apply right away. Whatever you want to do in
1990. So that means Michael was already, because Michael got drafted in what, 84 or 82?
Having an account with Seth Q.
What, Michael was in the league for 8 years before he won his first championship. So 1982 would have been when Michael got into the league.
With the second pick in the 1990 NBA draft, the Seattle Supersonics select Gary Payton from Oregon State.
There is Gary Payton. He is 6'4". He is an excellent guard who played at Oregon State, and most people really believe that this young man has tremendous leadership quality.
He has tremendous confidence. This guy may be the best talker in the draft this year. Questionable shot selection and
The best talker's crazy.
this kid has got tremendous potential to be an outstanding NBA guard.
Well, that was the greatest moment of my life. You know, when David Stern announced that I was going to be second, I was the second pick in the draft to go to Seattle, and they was coming to see me ever since I was a sophomore. But You know, as you look at this stuff and they say the strength is his passing, great passer and ball handler and confidence, and the weakness was a shot selection and attitude. Well, we know how the attitude worked out. It really worked in the NBA, so I don't think that was a weakness. Then the shot selection, I was just a scorer.
But you never won a championship, so did it? Did he ever win a championship? I don't think Gary Payton ever won a championship.
You know, what they would probably pay me for is to put that little orange round ball between that orange round rim. They selected me and they got what they wanted. You know, they got a gym. And I'm glad that I could do that for them as doing that. And I was just going in there just trying to be the best basketball player I could be.
I can respect that, though.
We're just underway with this game from Seattle. Gary Payton from the outside. Nothing looked bad about that jumper. Watch this pass by Payton, Calvin.
This is what you call the old razzle-dazzle, splitting that seam with the ball. He's going to be a good one, Bill.
I think you talked with Xavier McDaniel, and he told you that all he needs is a jump shot.
A consistent jumper, and he's going to truly be a superstar in this game.
Well, you know, that was a nick on me coming out as a rookie. When I first got there, I was struggling for the first 2 years, and then I finally got my coach in George Karl and Tim Gergerich to come in. But everybody knew what potentials I had, and I just had to get in the right situation, and it turned. But that's what you go through. You go through ups and downs.
Yeah, your first 2-3 years in the league, you're always going to go through ups and downs. Michael didn't win nothing for 8 years. Kobe didn't, you know what I mean? Kobe, the first 2 years, he wasn't necessarily 100% the best. LeBron, like, even though he came in the league pretty fucking good, like, he was on a bad team, so of course he looked better, you know what I mean? So, like, yeah. Those first few, look at Cooper Flagg, as great as he was this year, he struggled this first year, like.
You go through learning, and then I produced to be who I wanted to be.
Like, look at Giannis when he came into the league, that tall, lanky, skinny kid compared to who Giannis is now.
Eddie Johnson is chasing that ball right now. He's sparked on the other side, but he wants to get his hands on it.
McMillan resets. Way short. Barkley with a rebound. Plenty of time for Phoenix. 8 seconds, and now a foul. And Payton and Barkley exchange words. And there are not pleasantries. I got the U part.
Well, Charles was trying to be a bully, and, you know, I wasn't going to have that. That's the way he was, but I wasn't backing down from anybody, and everybody knew that. Heat of the moment. I like it. I like it when we get heated up.
Yeah, bro. That's something I can say about Gary Payton from what I do know about him is he was never scared to back down for a fight, like, or not a fight, but like back down from a battle. Like, he was ready to go at it with MJ. He was ready to go at it with the best of the best every time.
We going back and forth. That's the way it was in the 90s. Didn't nobody really back down to each other, and that's where we were. We was going to keep it that way. Right after that, I went right back at him again, and I didn't really care.
A lot of people use the words trash talk. Is that what you would call it?
Yeah, that's trash talking. But I did trash talking in a different way. People now, they just yell and scream and all that stuff. That's what the younger generation is about right now. Me, I would talk to you, your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, the referee, the coach, whoever I would talk to them. I just kept my mouth running. I'd talk to this person, that person, that person, that person, that person. And that's what I was. I just was a trash talker that way, and it motivated me. And really, it got underneath a lot of people's skin, and it was really effective for me.
Do you have any favorite trash talk anecdotes that happened that maybe people didn't see or highlight or anything like that?
I had a lot, but I can't tell you. It's too trashy. We always kept it on the floor. Somebody would say, slept with your mom. Well, I slept with yours last night too. You know what? It was always...
Knowing damn well neither one of them slept with each other's moms. Knowing damn well they capping. I slept with your mom last night. Well, I slept with yours too. Knowing damn well they both capped.
Coming off the dome of my head. That was a great talent of mine. I can say something real quickly and respond.
That wouldn't even fucking get me wound up though. Like, that's not no trash talking that's gonna get me pissed off or wound up, because you're literally just making up something. You know what I mean? Like, I slept with your mom. I've been like, what the fuck? No, you didn't. What the hell are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, that would have just made me laugh. Like, it would have just,
I didn't have to wait. And that's how it was. That's how we used to get down. We didn't take it personal. If you say something to me, I got the opportunity to say something back to you. So I think it's all a part of the game. Whoever can get under whoever's skin first, I think that's who wins.
And this is the award for the Best Defensive Player of the Year. And before the game, that went to Gary Payton, who led the NBA in steals this season. A tremendous effort. Chuck talked about what he does offensively, and a lot of...
Is this where he started getting the nickname the glove at then?
That is off his great defense, Chuck.
He's an outstanding defensive player, has great anticipation and great hands, knows where the ball is. And here he gets his NBA Defensive Player.
Will you please Nate McMillan presented the award to Gary Payton. And the cheers of the crowd here at the Key Arena moments before the game started.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I didn't know he won a Defensive Player of the Year. I knew he was a good defender, and that's why people called him the glove, but I had no idea he won Defensive Player of the Year. Like I said, that's why I'm starting to get into some of these older videos and some of these older players more, so I can even learn more. Because like I've watched the greats, but I've also haven't watched all of them.
Trucks that go the distance.
Well, that's amazing right there, if you really think about it. I was the first point guard to ever win the trophy. For me to lead the league that year in steals, I had over 200. I was appreciative of that all the people and the writers recognized that, especially at a guard position, because really big men win it. And just so happened it was on one of the greatest years too, because of some factors. We were about to play the finals against the Chicago Bulls. You had the best defensive player in the world playing against the best offensive player in the world. What Coach Carl did is he made me the focus of it. I was almost like the guy who had to always motivate the people.
Yeah, because you're going to be the one guarding the best player in the world a lot of times.
If I did the things in the front line to do what I did, the other people behind me had to follow suit. And I think that the NBA acknowledged that, and they seen that I changed the game that way from the top of the floor.
Hey, I said one of the greatest rivalries I think we've ever seen. I'm not talking team rivalries. I'm talking player rivalries. Payton and MJ did not like each other.
Michael, well aware of the repercussions if he gets into any kind of trash talking or taunting or possible throwing of a fist or a slap. He walks away. Kemp wisely gets Payton out of there.
And you recall they got involved in a heated exchange during the fourth quarter on Friday night. Jordan said it was just conversation. He said he can't get in my head, and I'm pretty sure he's not going to let me get in his head.
Well, that's the person I like to guard. I would like to play all the time. Him and John Stockton was the two players that I've always wanted. I always loved to play against in the 90s because they both brought it out of me. It was heated. I was hurt in the first 3 games, and then all of a sudden I decided to guard him in game 4 and game 5 and game 6, and we changed the momentum of the game. We won 2. It was a little bit too late, but this is what I lived for. I grew up playing against players like him, and this was what I looked forward to, and we just had a great battle.
Oh my, it took a toll, and then resting him a little bit.
Look, Gary Payton's mad that MJ's laughing at him. He took that to heart, seeing Mike laugh like that.
And this was what I looked forward to.
Because he's trying to put some mutual respect towards MJ. Like, that's who I look forward to. And Michael just laughs and is like, I had no problem with the glove.
And we just had a great battle.
Oh my, it took a toll, and then resting him a little bit, and then the series changed. And I wish I could have did it earlier. I don't know if the outcome would have been different, but it was a difference. And beat me down a little bit.
If anybody doesn't know, this video is from The Last Dance, the documentary put out about the 6th ring.
The glove. I had no problem with the glove. I had no problem with Gary Payton. I had a lot of other things on my mind.
It's his documentary. He can say whatever he wants to, but as we look at the numbers in that, he was averaging 30 and then he started averaging 23. So if he had no problems with me, I surely didn't have no problems with him because he couldn't guard me as well. So I like it. We're competitive. And he said what he said.
That hurt his feelings. You could see it on his face. Michael Jordan laughing at him hurt his feelings. You could see it on his face. That's why I went back and played it twice.
Was his documentary, and that's good, fine, whatever he went. I wouldn't even respect him if he didn't say nothing less than that. I'm going to say the same thing. I'm not going to laugh because everybody know the outcome of that, and it was funny because if you look at the numbers, it did change after game 3, so I don't have no problems with that.
Turned out to be more of a contest with the United States pulling away in the second half and defeated Yugoslavia 95-69 to win the gold game. Yugoslavian squad down by only 5 at the half, leading by as many as 7. O'Neal.
1998. So this would have been 2 years after, because I seen Shaq there. That's the only reason this would have been 2 years after Kobe came into the league. This would have been MJ's last year in the league.
Dream Team 2. You know what? That was a year in 1996 where everything happened. Defensive Player of the Year.
1996. I swore it said 1998.
Went to the NBA Finals. An All-Star. I was a first team All-Defense, first team All-League. I got a big contract. Got almost $90 million. Going to the Olympics and winning a gold medal was incredible. How can you ask for a better year than that? What I love about that is the relationships I created with them other 13 guys. For me to be a part of that twice was a big deal. Not too many people are going to go to the Olympics and represent their country. When I bowed my head down and they put that gold medal around my neck, that was a proud moment. And then you get your family to see all of that. You know, you'll never get to see that again.
Facts. Okay.
Take your game farther.
I feel like, I don't know, like, do you guys think winning the championship's more important as a athlete, or winning the gold medal for your country is more important as an athlete?
Bank smartly checking and savings.
I don't know. I like, me personally, I think I would rather have 5 or 6 championship rings than 5 or 6 gold medal rings or gold medal things. I don't know. That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Because you got to think representing your country and everything goes into that too. So, like, yeah, that's a hard one. I don't know what I would rather win. 6 gold medals or 6 championships.
You were nice. I like these too. Hey, Trey, baby, I'm walking off the court. That's all I got to say. Chris, it's official. Gary Payton has switched jerseys. He has signed with the Bricklayers. The only player to ever change teams in the middle of a game. He's my hero. There he is, Gary Payton, the newly acquired Bricklayer. I was seeing him want to pay me no money. Said I was doing them bad. Came over here, I like this. Yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah.
Kevin Garnett. Yeah, baby, yeah, baby, yeah.
Wait a minute. Gary Payton is coming back to the Bricklayers. Y'all ready for this? Oh, that's simply unbelievable. Payton, by the way, has 99 points, one away from the all-time record by Wilt Chamberlain. And Payton totally doing it all for this team right now. Payton with 101 points, and that's a new all-time world record.
Them games are great. You know, we had a lot of fun in L.A. You know, Queen Latifah, Kevin Garnett, you see the late Bill Walton was there. It was a Rocket.
What game was that for? That's insane. What the fuck did I just watch? How did he switch teams 3 times?
Jock. The reason I got 101 because they got a big old shot that you throw up on the thing and you get like 50, 75 points or something like that. I wish they came back with that type of stuff, man. That was in the day, and I wish all that could come back.
Can you talk to us about getting your own signature sneaker?
They gave me the shooter glove. My cousin gave me that name during the 93-94 Western Conference Finals against Phoenix. Guarding Kevin Johnson, he was averaging like 26 during the year, and I held him to like 13, 14 during that series. And then all of a sudden, Nike came and said, look, we got to get your own shoe. They let me go in there and they let me design it. I wanted to have the zipper and make it fit like a glove. Because you remember the Izon gloves where you go in the winter.
I ain't even gonna cap. Them some ugly ass shoes. Them some ugly ass shoes. Like, no bullshit.
When you put them in and you zip it up at the back, I said, we gotta have something like that. They gave me the shoe and it blew up. Matter of fact, it's coming out now on July 31st. I'm just happy that I can, that I'm still relevant now. So my shoe is coming back out.
I didn't know that.
Thank you, Lewis. They are lacing them up in here as they get ready in the Western Conference. Rick Adelman spoke to his team. He's the coach, but the guy who really has had the most to say is the glove, Gary Payton. So go ahead and give it to your teammates. Give them their final instruction.
Hey, Shaq Deezy. What's going on? Kazam. All right. What's happening? KG. OBF, man. Original Black Family, baby. All right. I don't know what you was doing trying to be Dennis Rodman little brother, but you something else, man. Remember Dennis Rodman little brother? Man,
Dennis Rodman's little brother's crazy, bro. What the fuck?
What are you thinking about? But that's my boy, man.
Yeah, see, that's what everybody don't know about me. I was fun. I'm funny, man. They wanted to have the locker room a little bit loose. That's when the NBA was coming with different antics to keep things going, and they gave me the mic.
How was it being an all-star 9 times?
Winning them back.
Damn, he was an all-star 9 times in a row.
To back, and 9 times in a row. It's rewarding. They're trying to tell you you're the best 24 basketball players in the world at the time. It was really great. You see Rasheed Wallace back there, Tim Duncan, Weber.
Okay.
Everybody was.
How did he just skip over to Mamba? I mean, I'm not saying that's not a solid lineup, but you skipped over fucking Mamba, arguably by far the best person in that picture.
Was in there, KG, even McDice back there for the different Nuggets, Evoc, and then Kobe, the late Kobe.
I was about to say, how you gonna skip right over Kobe Bryant?
Finley for Dallas. So this was a great crew, and we had fun. Every time we made it, we had a good time.
And on the floor right now, look at the starting fives, and again, both teams are short because the 5 players involved in yesterday's trade will not play. Gary Payton is home. Desmond Mason is in the soft civilian clothes on the Milwaukee bench. Their beloved Gary Payton along with Des Mason, who is sitting on the other bench for the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. Ironically, it would have been his 1,000th NBA game.
That was a crazy moment in my life. I never thought I wasn't going to be a Sonic no more. And the reason I wasn't at the game was because it was too emotional. To go back there and let all the fans see that, I don't think it would have been great. It was a surprise to me that I got traded. And, I left the gym the day before that, and all of a sudden they called me in my car, said we just traded you to the Milwaukee Bucks. It was a sad day, but, I had 13 great years in Seattle, and I'm still.
It's got to be the hardest calls for a player to get. Like, you think this is your forever home. You think you're gonna play for this team forever, and then one day you get a call while you're driving, and it's like, hey, pack your shit, you're going to Milwaukee, or hey, pack your shit, you're going somewhere else, or it's a, hey, by the way, you are an unsigned agent now and you don't have a home, or by the way, you're going back to the G League. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, damn.
Seattle is second home to me. The good thing about that was I got traded to my coach, George Karl. He the one who wanted to trade for me and got me. Then me and Sam Cassell became a duo. Got Milwaukee back into the playoff hunt. Almost beat a team in New Jersey who went to the finals 2 years in a row for that. We took them all the way to a game 7 or a game 5 or something like that. But it was really sad for me to leave Seattle.
I forgot Gary Payton played for Lakers with Karl Malone.
Generally available.
No, not Karl Malone. Yeah, 2003. Okay, so he was playing during this camp. Oh, this is the year they didn't win, though. This is the year they lost in the finals, 2004. So he didn't win a championship this year either. Damn.
And a timeout was called. It'll be Laker ball. It was a scrum on the floor, and as Kevin Willis was getting up, he shoves off of Kobe Bryant, bangs on his knee right there. Bryant takes his arm and shoves it away. Now here's Gary Payton coming to defend his teammate. He gets behind Kevin Willis and shoves Kevin Willis with his right hand.
Good shit, sticking up for the Mamba.
That's where the technical foul is awarded.
Well, yeah, that was something dirty Kevin Willis tried to do against Kobe. We were in
Pushing down on somebody's knee. That's just dirty as fuck.
playoffs during this time too. That was just insane for me. Do stuff like that. It was no need for him to put his hand on Kobe's knee and then push it down to try to hurt him. And I'm not backing down to nobody. I don't care how big they are. And I let him know, that was a dirty play, and I had to protect my guys. Him and Shaq was our guys, and we were supposed to be there to protect him, and I was there to protect him and stood up for him.
Back to the Lakers, they were up by 2. Game 4 will be here on Tuesday. And the 5th game is needed. ABC Prime.
Damn. Okay.
Shaquille O'Neal pays it off with a slam dunk and a 4-point lead.
Okay.
Gary Payton is being allowed to play basketball like Gary Payton played. This is not a triangle. They're running a bunch of pick and rolls for Gary Payton. That is an adjustment.
Well, yeah. As you heard what Doc said, I wasn't big with the triangle. That wasn't what I wanted to play. I wasn't that type of basketball player. So we figured it out, you know what I'm saying? We went to Phil and told Phil, if we let us just play our game and put me in a lot of pick and rolls, and Karl Malone would do a lot of things he did. We came back and we were in the Western Conference Finals here, and we beat the number 1 seed in San Antonio. This team should have won a lot, but we had a lot of controversy during this time. Kobe was going through the stuff he was going through. Shaq was too, and then we lost Karl for 60 games with his injury. But we still managed to come out and get into the Western Conference Finals. The rest of the guys, Derek Fishers, the Rick Foxes, the Horace Grants, them guys kept us together. We all came together.
Young Derek Fisher at that time, because Derek Fisher goes on to win 2 more rings with Kobe in 2009 and 2010.
And we kept together, and we got an opportunity to beat the San Antonio Spurs.
He played for Miami too, so he did win a championship with Dwayne Wade and Shaq in Miami. Okay, so he did win a championship. I didn't know if he did or not.
It is the first title for the Miami Heat in 18 years of existence. And the most successful Maverick season in history comes to an end, and certainly in the controversial fashion in which it ended, with the way the 5th game of the series went down.
Dirk got his get back though a few years later when he beat Miami.
Well, that's my championship. 2006 with the Heat. That team was put together by Pat Riley. They said we had a lot of older guys who were over the hill. I was the oldest one on that team at the time, and I was a captain. Once we put it together and we got in there, and then we got in the finals, I told everybody we're gonna ride this young kid who was Dwayne Wade, and it was only his 3rd year in the league, and he had a hell of a series. He averaged 35. And he was just the man. Told Shaq that he had to step to the side and be number 2. We lost our first 2 games in the finals, and then all of a sudden we came back and beat them 4 in a row. And we won an NBA championship on June 20th, 2006.
I didn't realize Miami lost the first 2 games of that series.
We raised a trophy.
Me and Gary go back since 92. And I promise you when we was in that other city, and I called you this summer, I told you, come do it with me one more time. You came. I appreciate you. I wouldn't let you say something, but you're too goddamn loud. You might blow up.
That was a great, Shaq the one that got me there. I was going to retire. I was here in Vegas. I was sitting on my couch. They told me to come down to the Wynn. Everybody, the owners of it, they came down and it was like, yo, please, we want you to come. Shaq convinced me because I followed Shaq to LA. And then, he's like a brother to me too. And I decided to come. And look what happened. We went on a roll. We won a championship. Pat Riley.
It's a good thing he listened to Big Brother Shaq. Not Big Brother. Well, I don't know. Because Shaq came in the league what? Because Gary Payton came in the league in 1990. So when did Shaq come in the league? I'm not even sure.
He let us stay over.
Not like 92, but...
He rented out the whole hotel for us, and we had a big party, man. We didn't go to bed until we got on the plane, so it was great.
What did 15 strong mean to you?
Pat came with that slogan when he took over the team in the middle of the year. He wanted to be 15 strong. He had to make us all be as one, as a family. All them cards, and we still got them. A lot of us still got them. I got them on my trophy and on my ring and everything, and it's 15 strong. What we had to do is we had to go and put one thing that was sentimental to us when we win the championship, and this is what we said for real. We win the championship, we can come back and pick it up, and then we're gonna throw it all up. And we stayed together like that. We didn't have no bickering. We didn't have none of that on the floor. Me and Dwayne got into a big commotion in Chicago during that year, and everybody thought it was gonna blow up. But we met right after that. We had dinner right after that, as a matter of fact, in Chicago. And we nicked it. I just told him, look, we talk to each other in a different way, but we move on.
Facts.
And it is what it is, and that's what 15 Strong was. If people don't understand, that was a team that we went out every night, and it was all of us. Pat got really—
That was a good team, bro. I don't know if anybody knows much about that 2000 or that championship run that Miami went on. Dwayne Wade being, like he said, only in the league for 3 years, and Shaq being older, Gary Payton being older. That was a hell of a team, though.
Mad, he started having practice early because we was out so much. To win it like that and be the older statesman on that team was really, really great.
How was it being a basketball dad?
I think that's the greatest moment of me. And I've always told him, it's only one Gary Payton. I just named you after me. You know, I named him after me, and he has to take that with him. A lot of people—
That's a sane way to say it. I think that's a bad way to say something, too. Did he win a championship at Golden State? I didn't know that. But fucking being like, there's only one Gary Payton, but I named you after me. So really, there's two Gary Paytons then.
Are gonna always compare him to me. And now when I go to games, I get to go there, I walk through the arena, everybody be like, there go the senior, there go the dad. I'm good with that. And I just sit there and I watch. I'm just sitting there focusing on how proud I am to be a dad. It's the way he didn't get drafted, the way he went through G Leagues and all the stuff he went through, and now he is in the league for this 10th year. He's won a championship. He should be proud. He's playing for a Golden State team where his best friend is Steph Curry. But the best thing about it to me—
See, I didn't even know his son was in the league. I never knew that. I've never knew there was a Gary Payton in the league right now, or whenever this thing was made. I didn't know there was a Gary Payton that won a champion. I watched Golden State win their championships. I never heard Gary Payton's name once. I don't remember that at all. That's insane.
It's not because my son plays basketball and about his ability. What I'm really happy about is when everybody comes to me and they say, your son is a great kid. He has a great personality and he's a great kid. That's the best moment I could ever have in my life, being a father to a son like that.
We have got to the point where literally anybody—
Respect that. I just didn't know that. I never heard of his son. I never heard Gary Payton in the league.
The current industry leading—
I didn't know Gary Payton had a son in the league. I didn't know that at all. That's all news to me.
Elected to the class of 2013. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Gary Payton. In your career, did you ever think along the lines? I mean, you had to know this was— I'm doing Hall of Fame stuff here in this 18-year NBA career. Did you ever think that way?
Never. I never thought of that. When I started playing basketball and got in the NBA, I just wanted to be a guy who was just in the NBA doing something. But as my career went on, and I started getting better, never still thought about being in the Hall of Fame, and I'm still not thinking about it. I don't even think I'm here now. It's still like a dream.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm going to be straight up. I think the Hall of Fame needs to be dedicated to the best of the best that we've seen. And I feel like they dedicate and retire to— I don't know. Retirement number, though, is different because it's usually through a team. So, like, a lot of teams will retire their best player, but doesn't necessarily mean that was— I think they add too many people to the Hall of Fame. I think they do. I honestly think— I'm sorry, Gary Payton, you did not have a Hall of Fame career. You had a great career. Nobody's saying that. But one championship, and that's Hall of Fame worthy? What are we talking about?
Just one of the things that you don't grow up.
People that deserve Hall of Fames like Kobe, fucking Shaq, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, fucking LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, fucking, you know what I mean? People that won multiple championships, won MVPs, won, they got scoring titles. They got fucking, you got a defensive player of the year. I'll give you that. And you were a 9-time All-Star. I'll give you that. But I don't think you had a Hall of Fame career. I really don't.
You don't even grow up to think about you're going to be a Hall of Famer. I was in Oakland, California, just going outside.
Do you guys think Gary Payton had a Hall of Fame career? I don't think he did. I don't think he should have got in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Playgrounds, just trying to be whoever I was. I was thinking about Batman and Robin, cops and robbers and stuff like that. And then to become a Hall of Famer and be a great honor like that, I was very fortunate to have my parents, who are not here now, to see it and witness it and see what son that they created and what they brought on this earth and this world. You know, I just got a street named after me, my childhood street named after me about 3 weeks ago, and I wish they could see that. So this is all a part of the same thing, that God gave me a talent and I use it to the fullest. All I can do is just say, moms and pops, I know you're looking down on me. Just want to tell kids, always dream for the top.
Rest in peace to his mom and pops. Yeah, man, kids always.
The biggest thing you can dream for, I did. When I started dreaming for, I wanted to be the top. I got to the top, and now I'm here, and I'm great to be here.
Man, yeah, for sure. If you ever have a dream as a kid, yeah, just go for it. You know what I mean? Definitely don't fucking procrastinate and try, what if this happens, what if, just like this dude that I've been watching on Instagram says, man, just take your frontal lobe out and stop thinking about it and just go do it. You know what I mean? Chase your dreams, chase whatever you want to do in life. But yeah, man, I definitely don't think Gary Payton had a Hall of Fame career. Let me know if you guys think below that he had a Hall of Fame career. Me personally, I don't think he did, but man, let me know if you guys have any other videos you would like to recommend. Put them in the comments below. It's Still Alive checking out. Peace out, y'all.